Hey there. In one of her recent videos, Natalie spoke about ads for feminine products. And I'd like to respond to that by speaking a bit about the peculiar nature of some of the ads you see for masculine products, specifically erectile dysfunction pills, or as I generally call them, boner pills. These ads are usually quite subtle. You'll see an older couple, walking on the beach. You'll see an older couple slow dancing. And the commercials were that way for quite some time, but that all changed about 3 or 4 years ago during an ad that was run during the Super Bowl for a company or for a product called Cialis. The ad started out like an ad for any other boner pill. Old couple walking on the beach, old couple sitting in bathtubs on the beach, all the basic subtle stuff. Until the ad got to the part where they gave all the disclaimers and warnings. And it started out with very standard stuff like, don't take Cialis if you have a heart condition. Don't take Cialis if you have high blood pressure. And I was sitting there going, wow, this is even more subtle than most of these boner pill ads. This is interesting. And then out of the blue, they say, Cialis may cause a 4-hour erection. If this happens, please see your doctor immediately. And I'm sitting there and I did a double take. I'm like, did they just say 4-hour erection? Half the country's watching this ad, Wow, that's interesting. I wonder how that came to be. After that, shortly after that, all the other boner pill companies started to give this 4-hour erection warning in their ads. I found that very peculiar, and around that time I started to get a theory about how this 4-hour erection warning came to be. And I have a theory about that, and I like to share it with you by showing you this following clip. This clip is my representation of what I think happened a couple of years ago in the boardroom of the pharmaceutical company that makes Cialis. So here's the clip.
All right, you all know why we're here. We need to find a way to compete with Viagra. I need ideas, people. Yes, marketing.
All right, here's what we do. We tell people that Cialis will give you a 4-hour erection. I'm telling you, sales will go through the roof.
I like it. But can we actually say that? Legal?
Well, you can say it, if you can prove it's true.
R&D, can you prove that?
No, we can't prove that. It's not designed to give 4-hour erections. There's no way we can guarantee it's going to give you a 4-hour erection every time you use it. Can it give you a 4-hour erection sometimes? Well, not really. There's no way we can prove that would ever happen. Can you prove that it would never happen? Well, no, not really. There's always a minuscule statistical chance.
Not impossible?
Well, no, I guess it's not impossible. Thanks, Mr. Wizard. That's all I needed to hear. Okay, here's what we do. We warn people that Cialis could give you a 4-hour erection. What? We warn people that Cialis can give you a 4-hour erection, and if it happens, you have to go see your doctor. What? So you're suggesting that we tell people that a side effect of an erection pill is an erection? Yes. But that's... But that's...
That's brilliant!
I know.
That's why I pay you the big bucks.
Okay, well, that's pretty much all I got, but since I like to get my money's worth in these videos, I want to tell you a bit about this really strange ad which really tickled my fancy that I saw when I was visiting with my wife's relatives in Taiwan. There really wasn't a lot to do when we were in Taiwan, so I found myself watching a lot of Taiwanese infomercials. And there was one ad which really tickled my fancy, and it was for a product called Holi-up. You know, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it was actually written on the label, Holi-up, and it was like a boner pill product, and I'm just guessing that maybe that's supposed to be a phonetic way of saying hold it up, because that's what it's supposed to do, and that in itself is kind of funny. But what I found really amazing was the boner pill ads in Taiwan are not subtle at all. None of this, you know, dancing or walking on the beach garbage. I mean, they get straight to the point. And I mean, the scene that really tickles my fancy is that they show a man and a woman in bed, and they have a blanket over them. And the woman, she pulls up the blanket, she peeks underneath the blanket, she lifts up her head, and she frowns. I mean, she really frowns, and she looks at the guy with a complete look of disgust. Now that's a straightforward ad, and I thought that was really cool. But it gets better, because after the guy takes the Holi-up, his whole life changes. I mean, they show the guy take the pill, and then you see the guy standing there against a plain gray background, and all of a sudden he literally starts to glow. I mean, he glows in like bright orange and yellow, and they show his body spinning 360 degrees around, and he's glowing, and he's all strong and powerful. And then they show all these little scenes. They show their women that are all over him, and he's doing really well at work. Everyone's shaking his hand. He's all confident, because nothing like a great big boner, you know, to make you competent and confident at work, of course. And best of all, he's bearing children. He's producing children. He's getting a lot of women pregnant, apparently. And the best part of it is that the women are having sons. This guy is now so virile that he only produces sons. So that's the deal. I mean, it's a very straightforward ad. If you don't take Holi-up, your wife or your girlfriend is going to lift up the blanket and frown at you. But if you take it, you're going to glow yellow and orange. You're going to be spinning around 360 degrees. You're going to do well at work. And you're going to father lots and lots of sons. You can't beat that. That is a fantastic ad. And yeah, I was curious. This was back in 2000. I was curious if the product even existed anymore, and thankfully it actually does. On the comments section of this video, I actually provide a link to a website with the product, and of course I can't read any of it. But if you click on the translate thing, the translations are actually pretty cool too. I mean, probably not particularly accurate translations, but I think this company still has the same spirit it had back in 2000, so I'm quite happy to see that. Okay, I had to cut that clip abruptly because I just started to babble. It wasn't making any sense, and I really still haven't gotten the hang of ending my videos in a graceful way. But I decided, since the subject matter of this video was decidedly non-wholesome, that it might be appropriate to end this video in the most wholesome way I can think of. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to randomly, today I thought of this, I want to do a little tribute to one of my favorite people in the history of television, Mr. Fred Rogers. If you're from America, you might remember Fred Rogers. I think he's still on PBS, you know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And I'm going to end this video the way he used to end his show, starting right now. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up, ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling, a feeling you know that I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too. Bye, neighbor.